Welcome to Bandlab Exposed Part 5. So, basically, I'm here to warn you about Bandlab. So, there's people that have been on the lab longer than me, and I've been on like 2 years. But there's people on there that the rumors going around, they say that there are not just predators, but sex trafficking rings, and supposedly, like Bandlab administration is involved, and basically they'll protect these predators because these predators have dirt on these guys. So if the administrators that are corrupt and part of this sex trafficking shit, if they go down, I mean, if the predators go down, they'll go down, right? So these sex trafficking rings, what they'll do is they'll recruit like people into their bands, and they really just trying to kidnap them and force them into sex slavery, sex trafficking. I'm not talking about prostitution and pimping. I'm talking about sex slavery. Like that's sex trafficking. All right, like that's not the same thing. All right, like so don't get that confused. And the other thing is my own experience trying to expose predators on Bandlab. It seems to be that it seems to confirm the rumors that there may be corrupt administration, Bandlab administration involved, right? So the thing is, there are predators and there are sex trafficking rings everywhere, and Bandlab is no exception. So we can't rule it out. So my suggestion is be careful who you trust. Be careful who you talk to. Matter of fact, if you have to, make your account private. Block any suspicious accounts. These predators will pretend to be kids to try to get to other kids. They'll pretend to be victims to try to get you to trust them and set you up, or try to get information out of you. They'll infiltrate your bands. They will use a bunch of fake accounts to report your account, and I'm not sure how it works, but there's a possibility that so many reports equals a suspension. So they could use the system, the reporting system, to get rid of people that they don't like. People like myself who expose them. And I'm exposing all this. Okay, so you got to be careful who you trust. Okay, I'm not going to give names because I don't like to just put it out there, like unless I have actual paperwork on people, right? I did expose a predator on there, and I had paperwork, and the guy's been protected by Bandlab administration, maybe, or something like that. For whatever reasons, Bandlab ignored reports. They ignored screenshots that I gave them proving that he had sexually harassed and threatened to murder a 13-year-old girl on Bandlab. Okay, so that will be the cover art for this track or the video, whatever. I will provide the links to resources to report these online predators, and links to help victims of online predators, legal and non-legal resources to help you, and like cyber tip line, and that's where you report these predators. Okay, there's also going to be links to the FBI, other groups that aren't legal groups like RAIN, etc. You'll find them in the description or the comment section of this track or video. And so I just want you to be aware of this stuff. You got to be careful who you trust. And I would suggest not talking about any of this openly on Bandlab. I wouldn't suggest talking to anybody about this, any names that you know of on Bandlab. Let people know, but don't put it out there in your feed, because these people will start to catch on, and they will go after you in real life. They will go go after people that know you to get to you. So you got to be careful. In fact, if somebody wants to talk to you about this stuff, give them links to the resources and tell them to contact CyberTip. Tell them to contact the FBI. Tell them to contact their parents. Yeah, report it to Bandlab, but just be aware that they may not do anything. Okay, so file a report with Bandlab. You can send them screenshots in a follow-up report, or you could contact one of the Bandlab community team or community team members directly, and then hopefully they'll do the right thing. Hopefully they'll respond, and make sure that you always take screenshots of all these things. Okay, take screenshots of any creepy messages, anything. Okay, like the more evidence, the better. You want to document this stuff. All right, and yeah. So I'm just letting you all know, because this is something to be aware of. You got to be careful. All right, like how there's like Epstein and Puff Daddy and all the sex trafficking shit they're doing, right? That's what happens on Bandlab. Same thing, like little mini Epstein, little mini Puff Daddies, right? People that run sex trafficking rings, and they'll groom their victims by telling them that they're going to help them be rich and famous, and then they'll basically kidnap them and force them into sex slavery. So you got to be careful. Okay, so I'm just letting you know, and I'm not trying to scare you. Just be careful. All right, be smart. Don't trust nobody you don't know. Okay, be careful. Use Bandlab to make music, and that's it. Forget about the rest of it. Okay, it's not the place to be rich and famous. Okay, these guys are on Bandlab not because they're rich and famous, because they're fucking nobody. All right, they don't have money. They don't have a record company. They're not going to help you get rich and famous. They're not rich and famous. That's why they're on Bandlab. Okay? So, just letting you know. Not trying to crush your dreams. You can be rich and famous, but you're not going to do it on Bandlab. But forget about that. Seriously. This is something to watch out for. So if anybody on Bandlab says they're going to help you get rich and famous, it's bullshit. Big red flag. All right? And if somebody won't talk to you on the phone outside of Bandlab about like predator stuff that's going on Bandlab, definitely red flag. I wouldn't even do it then. If someone says they have information to give you, just tell them, look, contact the freaking cyber tip line and all that. All right? Stay safe.